Hi, I'm Shelley with FaithX, helping you connect your faith and your business with confidence. Before I get started on today's topic, I want to make sure I tell you about the Sword and Savvy interview series coming up in summer. So be sure to hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss this interview series with established Christian entrepreneurs. They're going to be talking about how their faith impacts their business and how their business impacts their faith. I've done many of the interviews already, and it's a must watch. So be sure to hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't already. All right, for today's topic, I want to talk about taking time to celebrate an accomplishment, even if it's not perfect, or even if you still have more things to do, right? Like there's always more things on your to-do list. You can't stop now, I'll stop later on, or I'll do it later, I'll celebrate it all at once, sometime in the future, someday. I had just finished up a big project, and I was really feeling this, I can't celebrate it because it didn't go exactly as I planned, or I guess, that it wasn't done yet. There was a lot of post-event things that had to wrap up, and I didn't feel like celebrating it too early. And I realized that not celebrating things was keeping me from actually moving forward. I just started feeling kind of resentful and feeling like this project wasn't worth it and didn't work out, and all these things. Like I just couldn't notice the good things that happened out of it. So I made some time and really just thought about the things that were good about it, thought about the things that went well, looked at the feedback from the event and saw how it impacted people. And then I took some moment and did something that was nice. I went to a chocolate shop and I got like a little chocolate square that is like a really, it's jasmine tea chocolate truffle or something like that. Anyway, it's like I love jasmine tea, and it would make me happy to have this thing. So I did that, and I took a moment and I celebrated it. And I was able to move forward so much better after that, just to say that, yeah, I marked this moment as something that was special, to celebrate what did work out, and to celebrate that even if it didn't work out, right? Like even if it didn't work out perfectly the way I expected, I still did a huge project, and that's something worth celebrating. So I want to share a little bit about the benefits of taking some time to celebrate those things, like I said, even when it's not perfect or even when you have more to do. So one of the benefits is that you remember what God's done in your life, or what he's doing in your life, so that later on when you can look back on things, like maybe things aren't going as well and you just need some encouragement about how God has shown up in the past, you can go back and think about this. Oh yeah, I remember that this happened. Because taking a moment to celebrate also marks it as a significant moment in our lives, right? Like the Israelites, you see them a lot of times in the Bible. They will stop what they're doing, they'll make a monument, or they'll stop what they're doing and they'll, like David, a lot of times he would celebrate something. Even when people were like, this is not, we're celebrating, or this is not the way you should celebrate it, he would celebrate because he felt like this was an important moment to memorialize for the future and to celebrate God and what he's been doing. So stopping and taking a moment can really help you to make this significant. And for me, I also tend to write things down. So I write a little bit about it in my journal, in my work journal, so that I can look back and see what God has done. And that also tells you what are some milestones in your life? Where's the progress happening in your life? Because sometimes it seems like nothing's ever happening, nothing's ever getting done. I'm in the same place, or maybe I'm moving backwards. And to see that you are doing things, oh yes, I have done this thing did happen, and then this other thing happened, and then you can look back and be like, oh yeah, from that first point to now, I've actually done a lot. I'm a different person. Things have changed, and to have that progress marker, the milestones, is really important when you're facing discouragement in the future. And even just to celebrate, like meta celebration, right? Like, yeah, I'm celebrating this one moment, but then when you look back and you see it in the context, the trend of the celebrations, you can see, oh, hey, this is a big pattern of celebration. And that's what you want, right? You want a life that is worth celebrating. And part of that is tracking that celebration and taking time to celebrate it. Because if you never celebrated it, then how do you know whether you had a life worth celebrating, right? If you never taken that moment to really look into it, like you won't really know. You won't really notice if you have a life worth celebrating if you never take the time to notice. And then the third is being grateful, and that kind of follows through what I've been talking about. Is one person has told me that when you feel gratitude, you can't feel discontentment at the same time, that they're mutually exclusive. And I'm not sure that's always true, but it seems to be like, I just heard it a couple of days ago, and I've kind of been thinking about it, and it seems to be pretty true. And I know that God also often tells us to be grateful, right? To be content, to have gratitude, to go with thanksgiving. That it's different, like discontentment is different than wanting something, right? Like we can hope for something better, but to be discontent means that we're discontent with our current situation, that we aren't grateful for our current situation. So maybe we can be aware that there is possibly something better or an improvement in the future, but we don't have to discount or ignore our current situation and the good things about our current situation. And I find that with entrepreneurs, myself and other people, because we're so trained to look for other opportunities, to look for what is the bigger thing, what is the better thing, where are things going faster, or, whatever it is, that we're always right on the edge of being discontent because we're always looking for what could be better, right? And if we don't stop and take that moment to celebrate the good things that are already happening, the things that we are already grateful for, that wanting and the hoping and the seeing the possibilities can become the opposite of that, is seeing the negative side of our current situation only, and not, because it's like this. I feel like it's like this. You see the possibilities going into the future, or you see the negative aspect of what you currently have, right? But you can see the possibilities of the future without dwelling on the negative so much, so that you're only seeing the grateful things. These are the things that I can be really grateful for right now, and these are the things that could be even better than right now, but it doesn't take away my joy from the moment. And I think that's something that I need to learn, and it's something that I know will be useful for a lot of other people, which is why I wanted to share it. So take time to celebrate those things, big or small, when you've done them, right? So like, even if it's not perfect, even if it didn't go exactly the way you planned, take time and celebrate it. Remember what God's doing in your life, see your progress, mark it down, and be grateful to fight off that discontentment. Be grateful for the things that we have right now. Thanks. If you liked this, please subscribe. Again, I'm Shelly from FaithX, helping you connect your faith and your business with confidence.